Oh my goodness. Good morning, good afternoon. Whatever it is for you, I hope you're having a fantastic day. My name is Zach Schomler. This is Strong Opinion Sports, episode 500. 500 episodes of this podcast is what I have done. That's an insane thing. I started this podcast August 31st, 2017. Over 5 years ago now. It's just a little, it's like 5 years and a week, basically. That's insane to me. I still, I don't know. I didn't exactly plan this. And I guess I want to start off by just saying thank you to all the people out there who watch and listen. And even if you've come and gone, if you're a part of the last 5 years, that's special and really cool. And I'm really grateful. And I really am so, let me look at you with my eyes. I'm so glad that this happened. I'm so glad that people have been here and watching and listening. And the show will go on. But I want to take today's episode to be very self-indulgent and to rewatch old clips of old episodes and kind of have some fun and celebrate this milestone. I am really bad at celebrating. I hate my birthday. I hate Christmas. I am uncomfortable with gift giving, all this stuff. I'm bad at celebrating moments. I always have been. I'm going to try to pause here today and celebrate and say, hey, we did something pretty cool. We, meaning me and you guys, the people listening. I make everything myself. I work completely alone. I've had guests over the years, shout out to Marcus Whitman, shout out to Brett Coleman, shout out to Tom Grossi, shout out to all the people out there who've been on the show and featured and done whatever. Keaton Slovis, by the way, coolest thing I've ever done was interviewing, at the time, USC's quarterback, Keaton Slovis, now the quarterback at Pittsburgh. I absolutely love that guy, and I interviewed Ryan Leaf on this show. What in the world? He was drafted after Peyton Manning, and I interviewed him once in my actual life. How did that happen? I don't understand. It's because I think I work really hard, and I hopefully have something interesting to say. I know it's not a lack of confidence what I'm saying, but man, is it insane. And it's really fun, and I'm really grateful. And what I want to point out, I'm 25 years old. A lot of people don't know that. I started this podcast when I was 20 years old. 5 years ago. I have grown up in 5 years. I have really changed. I've become a completely different person than I was when I first started this podcast and this show. When I first started, let me tell you the story of how I named the podcast. I should probably say that. I think it's pretty obvious watching my content, I would imagine. I was heavily inspired by Colin Cowherd when I was a kid. I was a kid. My dad loved sports radio. I love sports, and I played football. And we would drive to where baseball games, or my dad would. My dad knows. God bless my dad. Nothing about football. Nothing. He is a supportive dad. He wants to love me and care for me, but he couldn't tell you what cover 2 is. He doesn't know the right footwork. I don't think I've ever thrown him a football in my life. Like, my dad is that's not our relationship. But my dad was like, look, here's what I can do. I will drive you wherever you need to go. You need to go to football camps? I'll take you. And we were broke. So we got in our van and we just drove all over Timbuktu to get to football camps. And on those drives, we would listen to the man, the myth, the legend, Colin Cowherd himself. And in my professional opinion, as someone who has done this for 5 years, and as someone who's made sports content for a living now for multiple years, I don't know how you don't look at Colin Cowherd and think he's objectively the best in the business. I don't like Jim Rome, but I respect him. He does work really hard. I don't think his content is as good as Colin Cowherd's. Dan Patrick just sits down and talks. He doesn't prepare at all, and it drives me absolutely nuts. He's got a bunch of producers and help, and it feels way less thoughtful, and I like thoughtful conversation. Colin Cowherd makes too much content. I don't think he does 3 hours, 5 days a week. There's not enough content in the sports world to talk for 15 hours a week and make great stuff. So he's got to replay stuff and come up with segments that aren't great. But man, the stuff he does and the preparation he does, and the best of Colin Cowherd, in my opinion, might be the best out there in the sports radio world. And I very much respect him. And the reason I say all that is to tell you that when I was a kid, driving around in my dad's car with him, Colin Cowherd would always say, if you're going to come on my show and be a young broadcaster, come on my show and have strong opinions. And I was like, there it is. Strong opinion sports. And what's crazy about the roller coaster this show has gone on since I started it is that I just pulled up on YouTube. I'm going to react to some stuff and talk about some of my old videos. I am looking at the first video I ever put out. It's what Michael Jordan and Conor McGregor have in common. And, Kyrie Irving making a huge mistake, how the Kyrie Irving trade affects LeBron. People don't realize my first ever videos were about basketball and Conor McGregor and, college football. I mean, it took a while for me to figure out what I was doing. But also I started in August, right before football season even started, and I was talking about the current news of the summer and yada yada. And when I started this podcast, I was gonna have strong opinions and be aggressive, and I don't know. You ever watch First Take, Stephen A. Smith? I remember watching Stephen A. Smith going well, he clearly just picks a side and builds an argument for it. And I really liked that for a while. The reality, though, is that strong opinion sports has become moderate opinion sports, really. I'm a fence sitter till the day I die, because I think, and the way I would frame it is that sometimes the strongest thing you can say is that there isn't a clear black and white answer. And that's hard, and people don't like nuance, but that's reality. And as I've grown as a content creator, I've seen, I don't think the audience likes it as much, and that's okay. But for myself, I have to say what I believe. And often what I believe is that, you know what? This kind of sucks. There's not a clear answer here. There's not really a winner to this trade. There's not really a clear, I'm trying to make predictions again, which is hard, but hey, you make a prediction. If you're wrong, you're wrong. But a lot of stuff, you're man, this feels like we are talking about real human beings, and I just can't always pick a side. And what I really don't like about a lot of sports content is that people are saying stuff they genuinely don't believe, but they are trying to convince you they believe it because they've got to pick a side. Watch any ESPN show, and oh my gosh, man, it's two guys yelling at each other usually, or disagreeing, or having a discussion. And what happened was, because, by the way, I've been in these rooms. I used to work for ESPN. I used to work for Fox Sports. Go look at my Instagram, scroll way down. You'll see really cool stuff. College Game Day, Fox Sports, Pac-12 Network. I met these people. I met broadcasters. I was kind of around when they were setting up College Game Day and talking about their talking points. And a lot of it is, hey, man, the producer will say, you got to come in with this side. You got to come in with this side. Make an argument. Figure it out. And they will trump it up and argue for the sake of arguing. And I was I just don't. As the show went on, I was I can't do this at all. I can't build arguments about stuff I don't genuinely believe. And I refuse to do that. I'm doing this job and I'm making content the way I am because I want freedom, not to be controlled by a narrative or whatever. And so that's the biggest way this show has really changed in the last 5 years, is that it's gone from strong opinion to more moderate opinion. And it really means Zach keeping his sanity. By the way, I want to celebrate today. That's what this show is all about. It's what this episode is about. I have to acknowledge, February 8, 2016, my younger brother committed suicide. Let's say it. I often say he took his own life. He my brother's no longer with us. Let's just say it. My brother killed himself, and it was horrible. It was the worst thing I've ever been through in my entire life. And I've been through some tough stuff, man. I've had a lot. It's been a roller coaster. It's been a lot of a long journey. But my brother died before I started Strong Opinion Sports. And as I sit here doing episode 500, I wish so badly I could talk to him and be like, dude, look at what I did. Look at this crazy truck I drive. Look at the desk I built in the back. I'm going to live in this thing, by the way. And if people know that, I don't know if everyone listening to this podcast knows that. I'm working on building out the back of my truck. I'm waiting on my canopy. I'm getting a roof rack. I'm getting solar on top. I'm going to live in my truck and drive around and do podcasts. That's my goal. And I wish I could tell my brother that. I can't. Another thing people don't know or may not know I started podcasting because of my little brother. My brother Zane was a huge fan of podcasts, and he always said, we should do a podcast together. We should make a podcast together. And I was like, talking? What the heck? No, let's make YouTube videos. A podcast? Why would you want to do that? That's for nerds. That's dumb. That's dumb. And I really wasn't even that into making videos. I was like, dude, I'm going to be a finance guy. Like, I'm going to college, playing football. I'm going to work in the corporate world and have a job and a wife. And you want to make content? What are you talking? Get out of here, dude. Fast forward to like a couple months later, my brother killed himself. And fudge, man. What a brutal, I mean, I found him. It was brutal. It was horrible. Not fun to, it's a haunting image that will always be with me. Hitler. But the night he died, worst night of my life, I listened to my first ever podcast. The one he recommended I listened to. And I got it. I was like, what? I should have done this with Zane. It would have been really fun. And I hope that this continues on his legacy a little bit. And I fell in love with podcasts, man. When I was struggling, when he was gone and I was a mess, and I was working at a car wash at the time, and I would wash cars all day, and I had headphones in, and I was like literally scrubbing cars for like a year and a half. And I mean, I worked 7 days a week, all day. Like, I was in pain. I was miserable. I was torturing myself, trying to make money and trying to just exist and get by. It was a horrible time in my life, and podcasts got me through that. They were the thing that comforted me in the background when I was really struggling, and I just fell in love. I always have podcasts on. They're my favorite thing in the world. I love making them. I love recording them. I like YouTube videos. I like putting out videos, but the long form is what I really enjoy, because you get to know someone and hear someone and talk to them and listen to them. And shout out to my brother Zane. As on a day we're celebrating 500 episodes. I would not be here without Zane. I wouldn't be here if Zane had been alive probably either. That's what's really crazy. I took a left turn as a person. I mean, I just was like, hey, I'm going to die someday. And what do I actually want to do? Because I'm miserable and I want to figure this out, because I don't want to waste any more time on Earth. And at least when I became aware of how kind of fragile human life is and how quick life can be, I was like, I need to make changes, because I am not happy. And I want to be happy, so let's figure that out. I'm going to click on and watch a little bit of the first ever episode of Strong Opinion Sports and tell you about it. I'm nervous. I don't think it's going to hold up very well, honestly. I had a really bad lisp when I started the show. It's gotten better as the years have gone on. You can like listen to about every year, like check in. And you're like, oh yeah, he sounds better and better as the years have gone on. You're about to watch 20-year-old Zach Schaumler, who has no idea what he's doing, really. Make a podcast in his college dorm room. Can you believe that? I started the podcast in my college dorm room, sleeping under a mat. Like, my mattress was under my desk, and when I wasn't recording, when I wasn't sleeping, I put the mattress up against the wall, and I pushed a chair against it so it didn't fall over. And I never slept in college, dude. I'm an old man now. I'm not really, I'm 25, but I tried, in my head, I will plan to pull an all-nighter, and I physically can't anymore. I literally cannot do what I used to do. Now, with all that being said, I'm going to watch a much different Zach Schaumler a little bit and tell you what I think about it. I'll play it for you guys as well. This is back in the day when I used to dress up a little. I used to wear like nicer shirts and like try a little bit. Now I just like wear a loose black fitting t-shirt and sunglasses at night because I'm insane and record in my pickup truck. I clearly have said, what do I value? Audio quality. Anything else? Oh, what I'm saying, I guess, the content itself, and that's it. I'm like, I don't care how it looks. I don't care what I look like. I don't care. I don't care. I try to say interesting stuff. That's my job. Otherwise, I can't worry about everything else. I don't care to. Without further ado, episode 1 ever of Strong Opinion Sports. Take a listen a little bit to what I did 5 years ago. What's up, everybody? My name is Zach Schaumler. This is Strong Opinion Sports for Monday, August 21st. Man, I'm so excited for today's show. But I want to point out first, the eclipse happened today. There was a solar eclipse. So the Moon went in front of the sun, and everyone, it was freaking out today, but I think his thing was really overrated. I just want to point out, my friends were sending me Snapchats. They're from Portland, Oregon. The sun went right over there. It was blocked out there. It was completely dark there. Where I was in northern Washington, it's not that exciting. It was just like, I mean, everyone's out here. It's like a big event, and I'm just like, it's not that cool. There is so much to talk about today. I have 7 topics I want to discuss. Topic 1 is what Michael Jordan and Conor McGregor have in common.
It's wild to listen to that because it's cringy, really. It's an unconfident, uncomfortable Zach Schaumler trying to read a script, basically. And I didn't know how to write in my own voice at all. I didn't know. You might if you ever listen to Strong Opinion Sports enough, you'll notice I rarely say the word season because when you struggle to say S words, season is a tough one. I say, hey, this year is a lot easier than season. So, I wasn't able to listen to very much of that. I was like, I literally can't follow because of how unconfident, nervous I was, the presenting style. That's not how I actually talk. The way I'm talking to you now, the inflection is like really how I talk as a person. And nobody talks like that. That's what's crazy about rewatching this stuff is I didn't know what I was doing. It's also funny. I started the podcast. What's up, everybody? What's up, everybody? My name is Zach Schaumler. This is Strong Opinion Sports. I now say it took a while to figure out what I wanted to say to introduce everything. Now I got good morning, good afternoon, whatever it is for you. I hope you're having a fantastic day. I love that. I think it's fun. It's unique. It's original. I also say, oh my goodness. I don't know why. Actually, I do know why. When I was a kid, Colin Cowherd, remember him? When he started the show, he'd go, this is, I think it was this, the herd. But he'd go like, he'd make like a weird sound. You're like, no one else does that. What is that? And then I think it was, this is the herd. And then like he would just go and do his thing. I think that's how they started the show. But I remember, so I was like, what can I want a unique thing. I got good morning, good afternoon, whatever it is for you. And by the way, that's my thing. Like I never had heard that before. And I hear it a lot now. And I'm like, did other people steal that from me? Like it's not that unique of a thought, but I hear good morning, good afternoon, whatever it is for you. I'm pretty sure, I don't know if I invented that. It seems so weird to claim that, but I'm pretty sure I'm the first person to have done that in the sports world, and now I hear it everywhere, and I'm like, did people get it from me? Did I start that trend? I don't know. Maybe I got it from somewhere else subconsciously. I have no idea, but I remember like the reason behind good morning, good afternoon was like, hey, a podcast is kind of this thing fixed in time. It's not live. So let's acknowledge that. Good morning, good afternoon, whatever it is for you. I hope you're having a fantastic day. I hope you're doing well. I love you. I'm grateful you're listening, that kind of thing. Oh my goodness. That's something I actually say a lot. I'm like, oh my goodness, I can't believe. I say that like in my real life. So I'm like, let me add that at the beginning of the show. That's kind of fun. I said it once on a whim because I was excited and I was like, that's it. That's my new thing. And I really enjoy it. I've gotten away from doing the, what do you call it? The intro music. I don't really do intro music anymore. I don't know why. It doesn't fit for me right now. Like I might go back to it. Maybe I'll come back with different music. I'm not really sure. I haven't been doing the Strong Opinion Sports theme music. It's just like an Apple free song. It's the motocross. It's like in public domain. It's something anyone can use. It's not mine originally. And it doesn't fit me anymore. We can do an intro though. If anyone, let's do it. Let's do one little intro. That sounds like a fun thought actually. Weird and unique, but kind of fun. So if anyone out there has been missing the intro, here you go. Okay. 3, 2, 1. Oh my goodness. Good morning. Good afternoon. Whatever it is for you, I hope you're having a fantastic day. My name is Zach Schaumler. This is Strong Opinion Sports, episode 500. Welcome in. Guess what? We're already halfway through the podcast. Can you believe it? We're just doing an intro in the middle because we can. I kind of missed it's best to go like, oh my, I can't even do it anymore. Like I used to be so like, mwah, chef's kiss, perfect at it. Like, oh my goodness, good morning. Oh my, like I don't even know what I'm doing anymore. I remember. That was a skill I used to have that I no longer have. I don't know how to make that exact pitch and sound anymore. I want to go find the video. I reached 100,000 subscribers at one point on YouTube. I want to watch that video. I bet that video is really interesting. Yeah, thank you for 100K. Before I end this episode today, I want to go through like the history of the show and kind of watch some of my different backgrounds over time. This one might be my personal favorite, actually. People give me a lot of crap. I don't care about the background at all. I want it to look good. I do like low lighting, as is very clear. I like when it's dim and dark and I'm a bit orangey, kind of a glow at night. This episode, or this setup here that you're about to watch, my all-time favorite background because I like the lighting. There's like a film reel in the background. I was doing a lot of film analysis content at that time. And I think I cry in this video, so let's watch a little bit of it. Right now, I looked at the metric literally right before I hit record. We are, I say we because it's not just me. I make the show alone, right? But I might be the only person who works on the content, but we're in this together. We really have not been alone on this journey. We are 14 people away from reaching 100,000 subscribers on YouTube, and I couldn't be more. The word is comfortable, actually. I think this is the most comfortable I felt recording in a long time, between doing a live broadcast and reaching a number that feels validating to me. It's so cool. And I just want to be very, very clear. I'm so thankful. I mean, I got to meet some of you guys this weekend, and it was unbelievable. I want to say thank you to every single person who watches or listens to the show. Every view, every comment, angry, hatred, I don't care. Every person who participates in Strong Opinion Sports, watching, listening, commenting, all of it, has made an impact on my life, and I'm so thankful. I love this show. I'm about to cry. I really thought I could do this without crying. I've battled so hard to get here, and I remember starting in a basement. This basement, a different part of the basement, another room, making horrible videos. They weren't called Strong Opinion Sports. They were awful, and I was a loser who dropped out of college. And my family supported me, but a lot of people from my school did not. I was a loser making crappy videos. And there were professors who didn't believe in me, who said I was bad at this and that I could never make money on YouTube, that you can't make money on YouTube. How out of touch were they? This is my full-time job, and it's my passion, it's my love. And all those people who didn't believe in me to this point, you guys proved them wrong by watching my show and listening to my show. And that's unbelievable, man. I'm so thankful to you guys. I can't say it enough. Thank you so much to everybody who supported me in the pursuit of my dreams. And that's it right there. It's not, there's no end goal here. Look, it'd be cool to do Monday Night Football. I'd love to broadcast a game at Georgia, between like Georgia, LSU or something. I'd love to have a gigantic show and a team of people, and you get out of this basement and maybe at least have my own apartment would be a great start. But it's the pursuit that is so fun, right? There's not an end goal. It's the chasing of the dream that is the best part of this entire thing, and continuing to make a show and, having hope for the future that'll be even better and brighter someday, and enjoying every moment along the way. I just cannot say thank you enough to everybody who's participated in this show. It means the world to me. And every episode I talk about my brother Zane. I'll do it again later. It's funny. My honest thought watching that, I go, was that the peak of Strong Opinion Sports? I look absolutely great, by the way. And I'm like, wow, I look so much better. Was that, how many years ago was that? I don't actually think I can see anymore. 2 years ago? Man, oh wow. This top comment says, this is no act for a guy who's gaining subscribers. This is a genuine guy who's truly thankful for something we, his fans, helped create. Zach helped me without even knowing me. My dog was struck by a car, and I sent a GoFundMe link to Zach, and he didn't hesitate to send money to help, nor did he hesitate to post it on his Instagram page to help gain support for my dog. I don't know him personally, but I do know that he loves and respects his fans. Thanks for the great content, Zach. Keep it up. Wow. These comments are incredible. I can't even. These comments are like so nice on this video. What I was saying was, this was my favorite time so far. I don't know my favorite. This really felt like the rise of Strong Opinion Sports, right? When at the time I did a broadcast for a Pac-12 game, Washington State versus Utah. I reached 100,000 subscribers. I was just about to move out and get my own place, actually. It was a different time in my life, for sure. Very wild. And I almost called it like it was at the peak of Strong Opinion Sports. I think it definitely was one of them. Hopefully there's another one in the future. Like when you do something for so long, 5 years, which isn't that long, but if you keep going, I think I could do this show for like 20, 30 years. There's going to be a lot of hills and valleys. It's going to be a roller coaster up and down. And this was a high point of Strong Opinion Sports. Absolutely. Although I can't believe there aren't better times ahead. The ideas I have for where to go, like literally, by the way, in the truck, but also figuratively with the show, are really cool, and I'm excited about. By the way, this was a much better listen. Like, can you tell how far I went? And that's 3 years into the show. I got a lot better at recording and making content between my first episode to this one. And man, did people think I was crying, like, to get view? No, I certainly wasn't. I was very grateful for the people who, I don't know. It's just a cool video. I really like that one. I really, I don't know. I don't watch much of my stuff ever. Like, I literally almost never go back and listen or rewatch. And this is pretty fun. I wish I'd done this before, actually. And I occasionally be like, oh, remember when I was wrong about blah, blah, blah? But that's not like a good thing I'm proud of. This is something, maybe the first time in a long time, I've gone back and watched my content and been like, I'm really proud of this stuff. This is awesome, awesome work. I want to go back and watch a little more of the first thing I ever recorded, like right at the beginning. Let's go to the middle. No, let's go to episode. God, when did I start counting? It took me so long. I used to not count my episodes, and then one day I was like, I better count them up and like make sure. I realized I should probably number them so people know which is what and all this stuff. God, I'm recording in my bedroom. Let me play. This video has 102 views 4 years ago. Baker Mayfield, Jim Mora fired, Chip Kelly, Cavs Warriors are bored, and LeBron is the GOAT. I would make fun of the background, by the way. Like, oh, you're recording in a basement. Like, dude, I'm recording in a pickup truck. Like, clearly it doesn't matter, but it's really funny to me that, like, I look like I'm in a hostage situation, basically. And recording a sports podcast. That's the most me thing ever. What's up, everybody? My name is Zach Schaumler. This is Strong Opinion Sports for Monday, November 20th. I am so excited for today's show. I wasn't planning on recording visual for today. If you're watching on YouTube, I'm recording in my old bedroom. So that's what this is. I'm using my old camera. Didn't bring any of my stuff from college. Didn't feel like setting it up. And in fact, I took a day off on Friday because I was traveling home. I wasn't expecting to take a day off. So I'm sorry. I wish I'd communicated better with you, my audience. But man, today, they don't give awards for podcasts. I don't think they give Emmys or Grammys. But man, if they did, today is maybe the best show I will ever do. At least the best show I've ever done in the history of Strong Opinion Sports. I am so very excited. It's so bad. I can't watch very much of this old stuff. It's really bad. This was posted on 11/20/2017. So that's November 20th. September, October, November. It's like month number 3 of the show. Dude, it's bad. It's hard to watch. I've always had a problem where I get excited and I speak too quickly and I mumble a little bit. This one's the worst though, for sure. And like, it's bad. I really, I don't know. I hopefully get better at that. I think I'm a better broadcaster now than I was back then, but, certainly I was not good back then. I want to watch the video. Let's talk about film analysis stuff, because most popular video ever. 915,000 views. Johnny Manziel, a sad story of overhype. I'm not really going to watch this video very much. I'm going to like put it up because here's the problem with this video. I don't own it at all.
Johnny Manziel makes me really, really sad. He does. And it's more than just the off the field issues he's had. I loved watching the guy play. I loved watching Johnny Manziel. One of my close friends, Liam, is a huge fan of Texas A&M football. And it's cool to watch Liam talk about Johnny Manziel because the guy lights up. I mean, it's like he's remembering what it was like when Johnny was there. There's clearly like an emotional response and memories are coming back to him. And man, I get it. I really get it. In spite of some of the, maybe undesirable traits that Johnny Manziel has, he still has found a way to be incredibly endearing. I root for the guy.
Man, listen to the echo on that. I'm recording in my college dorm room. This is the time I went back and played college football. I'm recording in that room. My friend Nathan gave me a banner that's behind me, the Strong Opinion Sports banner. I was recording in a dorm room that had no carpet and nothing on the walls. It was so echoey and horrible. I can't believe I did that. But I was like, I'm going to play college football. And I said, screw it. And that's the first time I took a turn and started doing other stuff really and like pursuing like, I remember this is like one of my growing phases really where I was like, hey, I dropped out of college. I'm back in school now. Maybe I'll play football again. I'll try that. And I've been dabbling in a lot of different stuff as time has gone on. Still kind of in the middle of that, obviously. This video really changed stuff for me. This Johnny Manziel video. A lot of people saw it. A lot of people were referring to it. It is uncomfortable to me that there are people that a lot of people repackaged what I said. And that's happened a lot in this time. People steal a lot on YouTube. And people are like, oh, that's a good idea. Let me make my own video about it. And this was one of those where that happened. And I was like, all right. Actually, since I'm saying that, I'm afraid people are going to hear that and think I'm talking trash about anyone in particular. I'm not. I want to be very clear. A guy named Set the Edge reached out to me and said, hey, I love your video. Can I feature you in mine? I was like, yeah, that's awesome. I appreciate that. Set the Edge went out of his way to give me a shout out. Most people don't do that. So shout out to Set the Edge. That was really, really cool. I like him as a human. He seems like an awesome guy. Watch, maybe he's canceled or something. I have no idea. But at the time, he was nice to me and I got nothing bad to say about him. I don't really do film analysis anymore. There's a lot I can't say about why I don't do film analysis. I had an issue with the NFL. I'll say that. So for like a year, I couldn't make them. I can't make them again. I also don't want to. What people don't understand about film analysis videos for me, the plain and simple is I don't want to make them. I don't want to make them. I like watching film. I like writing about film. I hate editing them. They're so tedious to make. I've got a strategy for this off season. Let me say this. You can take special gummies now that are legal in the state I live in that allow me to focus better and help me get through a very tedious process. So maybe this offseason you will see more film analysis stuff. But one film analysis video takes about 80 hours to make, which is like a normal work week is 40 hours. So I work way more than 40 hours, obviously, but for most people, that'd be 2 weeks of work. It's a lot of work to make a film analysis video. And then also on the side, make any other topics. Like I can't make an episode that's 8 minutes and has just a film analysis video. I got to do other stuff too. And the other stuff is like, I'm torn and I'd rather make news content or whatever. And this offseason, I got a plan to make one episode a week on Tuesdays. So maybe that will make a difference. I'm not really sure. But this offseason, a lot of the problem, 2 off seasons ago, I had a really big problem with film analysis where I was having a problem behind the scenes. Now it's like, I just don't want to. I'm tired. 80 hours to make a Carson Wentz film analysis video. It's been sitting there like, I pulled in all the files and I've been messing with it. I'm like, I just don't have the heart to do this right now. And as I've been depressed, I've really been like, I guess I really can't. So maybe someday we'll do film analysis again. I wouldn't count on it, but you might get a pleasant surprise one day. I'd love to like surprise drop a couple film analysis videos next off season.
But I'm not going to be a film analysis factory the way I used to be, because that's not the content I want to make mostly anyway. And if I do that, I would have to only do that. You have to kind of be like Brett Coleman, who only makes film analysis, because it really is that much work to make film analysis that's high quality and amazing, and also do other stuff. It's basically impossible. And I certainly don't see myself doing it much in the future, but I don't want to cancel. Like I haven't talked about this very much with film analysis content, because I don't want people to think I'm never going to do it ever again, or that I totally hate it, or I never want to make film analysis. I don't want to close that door forever, but I got to say, I don't anticipate it happening. Certainly not anytime soon. Do people realize I'm trying to build out my pickup truck and live in my truck sooner than later. Ordered a canopy, putting solar on top. I've got a giant water. I've got all the stuff I'm building, right? And I got a second job to help speed up that process behind the scenes so I can build out things faster. So I'm working 2 jobs right now. Like I've really, I'm working as a server at a restaurant and making content. Like it's 7 a.m. I work at 11:30, right? Like I've been having long days, and I'm pretty worn down, and I got to make what I want to make more than anything, and I can't compromise on that. And right now, film analysis doesn't call to me that much. I want to watch another video. I'm really curious. I want to find the one where I moved to Hawaii. Can we find that? Strong Opinion Sports. Let's look up Hawaii. That was a crazy time in my life. I was once engaged, and I moved to Hawaii. I'm just going to scroll through because I'm never going to find it. Oh, my old studio was so good. The one before I moved to Hawaii was like, that's a great studio. I like low lighting. I really enjoy it. What a trip. This show has been crazy. I've done so much in my life and changed and gone all over the place. The Hawaii studio was fine. My favorite studio ever. Man, only 3 months ago, I was living in Hawaii. That's unbelievable. I forgot how recent that was. Like, I really did just move. And now I got to find Hawaii when Hawaii started. That's going to take a while, too. Oh, man, this is so fun. I haven't looked through all this old stuff in forever. I'm watching, there was a Costco shirt era for a while where I wore only, like, the Costco button-ups, the polos, and then we transitioned into there was a Hawaiian shirt era for a while. Now we're in the black shirt era of the podcast. I don't know what's next, but we'll find it at some point. Man, we got a long way to go. Last year was a long football season. 8 months ago, 9 months ago. So much content. Where is the first episode? God, I remember when I shaved my head. 10 months ago, $3.99. I've done 100 episodes in 10 months. I mean, I've been pumping them out. I feel like I've done so few episodes recently, and that's crazy that I already got to... We do about 100 a year. I guess that makes sense on average. That's unbelievable. Okay. Man, my studio in Hawaii was bad, and my hair was terrible. I'm going to play this video. Breaking down the Chargers win over Vegas week 4, 11 months ago. What's going to happen here? Watching my own ad, because, Dude, Zach, hey, look at me. Never shave your head ever again. Never do it. Don't do it. You look bad. You look terrible, bro. Don't shave your head ever again. I can't believe I did that. That's a sign of a depressed man struggling. I guess, right? I mean, that's kind of what it's got to be. I made a 15-minute video about LA beating Vegas. How did I do that? What's even in this video? I don't know. On Monday Night Football, the LA Chargers beat the Raiders 28-14. I'm not going to lie, it wasn't the amazing game I was hoping for. I was so excited. I'm like, oh, this could be dramatic and fun. Maybe a great finish at the end of the fourth quarter. We did not get that. Although I will say there was a brief moment early in the fourth quarter where that game was hanging in the balance. It was the Raiders hit this deep ball to Henry Ruggs, and it's a big catch. Raiders have the ball. It was 3rd and 3 in the fourth quarter, down 7 points. It was 21-14 at the time. Raiders failed to convert that. Then they missed a field goal. And if you told me LA won by 14 points, I'd go, all right, I'm bored. I don't care. What else is out there? Let's see.
I really want to see the first episode in Hawaii itself, because that was like such a landmark moment for me. I'm like, I made it. I'm in Hawaii. Holy crap. When was this? Man, I got into Formula One. What a cool time. Yeah. So episode 371. First episode in Hawaii. I've got a camping table behind me. I've got totes. See, that's the thing. People are like, hey, your background sucks. Hey, it's always sucked. Like, the truck is maybe the coolest place I've ever recorded a podcast. It might be an upgrade over a lot of the backgrounds I've ever had.
Oh my goodness. Good morning, good afternoon. Whatever it is for you, I hope you're having a fantastic day. My name is Zach Schomler. This is Strong Opinion Sports, episode 371. Welcome in. It's my first ever episode from Hawaii. I can already hear in my ears, it's a bit echoey in here. There's already, let me be very, very clear. If you're watching on YouTube, behind me, there's a lot of stuff clearly that we need to fix. I've got lights, they're not turned on. I'm still figuring out how to use the space best. It's echoey. I think I can fix that in post, but we'll see. I'm doing my best. Doing the very best. It's been a long time, and I'm doing the very best I can in a brand new studio, in a room that literally I opened the mic and set it up like 15 minutes ago. So I've never actually recorded in this space ever before this very moment. Doing my very best. Now, my desk was set up a couple days ago. I've been spending that time rewatching and kind of trying to catch up on the NFL preseason, what's going on.
I miss Hawaii a lot. I really do. I'm going to go back at some point in my life and live there again. I miss the cool air. I miss the mornings there. I lived downtown in Waikiki. It was absolutely amazing. I was engaged to a woman, and I called it off, and my life spiraled after that, if I'm totally honest. And our family was, I don't want to say anymore, but what an interesting time. I really, looking back at this video, I'm getting nostalgic for my old apartment. It was empty at that point. Hadn't filled it up. I had a bed on the floor, the studio you're seeing, and then like a lawn chair, and that's it. And 2 cats. Wow. That is a blast from the past. All right, I want to go through and try to find every studio background I can. I'm not sure how to record this. I'm just going to click through. So we got the truck background. Pretty good. I really like that one. What did I start with? My first ever background was for a while I had like a shelf behind me. And then at some point I changed and started recording just on a blank wall, which I don't know if that's better or worse. It doesn't look better. Oh my God, Zach. Oh my God. And I'm like looking off to the left, reading my notes, and like, oh man. That's not a great one. The history of Strong Opinion Sports. The gray carpet wall, gotta be the worst one. I had a Washington State flag behind me for a little bit. I didn't like that because I'm not a Wazoo. Like I don't know. It just doesn't look. It doesn't look good. B, I'm not a Washington State. I went to college there, but I don't really like them. I once recorded in front of a dresser, apparently, with a hanger on it and boxes. Man, I really didn't care. I guess I should say, I really still don't care. But it's funny to like 2 NFL rules that need to change. That's in front of that. Then we've got a blank wall again for a while. I was clearly going back and forth between college and my best friend's parents' house where I lived at the time. Oh, this one's cool. I'm wearing a cool outfit here. I really like. It was cold in the winter in Pullman. Where will Josh McDaniels choose? His name is Josh McDaniels with an S, right? Josh McDaniels. Yeah. So my video titled "Where will Josh McDaniel choose" is wrong. I better retitle this video because I'm gonna leave it. It's like an Easter egg. You can find it if you want. My point is that sweatshirt flannel thing. They actually are 2 separate things. That is a flannel and a sweatshirt. A sweatshirt with a flannel over it. That's a good look though. Way too hot, I bet, for that room. The lighting was really. I bet I'm sweating by the end of the episode. Heat. No, I'm not. Wow, it must have been really cold in Pullman where I went to college, man. Oh my gosh. It used to snow every winter. Oh my God, I can't believe. I don't know if I'm going to make it through all the backgrounds. This is going to take a long time. Okay, so I had this strategy. I was going to like scroll through every episode and just go through all the backgrounds. I think I can't do that. I think it's going to take too long. I've done too many episodes of this podcast to do that. I don't know the best way to scroll through my content, but hey, I got an episode about Baker starting. I'm wearing sunglasses in the thumbnail. Was that the first one where I probably didn't wear sunglasses the whole time? The sunglasses are my favorite addition to the show. People don't like them. I don't really care. I do what I want. 3 years ago, I was still in the college dorm room. That's crazy. So I really was like, I'm going to finish college here. I really thought like I was going to, I thought I was going to get my degree in broadcasting, which helps you get a job in marketing if you want to work in the corporate world, sell real estate or something. Like, it's a terrible degree. It's pointless. Although it'd be nice to have a degree. I could get a different. I don't want a normal job. So like I don't. Okay, this isn't gonna work. It's just I've scrolled 3 years ago now, and I'm still on the gray back. How long did I do this, man? I guess it's been 5. I guess 5 years is a long time. I really Okay, I maintain coolest background ever. Let me pull up this video. Hard Knocks episode 1 reaction. This background is absolutely beautiful. I really like. This is prime. Me with the film behind me, the moose, which had significance there. That's a cool freaking background. I think I still maintain that's the best background I've ever had. The only other one I would say that rivals that one. Oh God, I can't find it. Dude, I've made too many videos. How many videos do I have on my channel, I wonder? Is there a way to know that? Does it tell you anywhere? I don't know that it does. Most popular videos, they're all film analysis, of course. A Pat McAfee video got 100,000 views. That's pretty funny. Do people know Pat McAfee follows me on Instagram? Like, one of my most proud realities of my life is that, like, hey, watch, he'll hear this and unfollow me. That would really suck. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Oh, I found one more. Super Bowl analysis. Different. This is a background I haven't seen in so long. It's like the popcorn egg carton look behind me. Pretty good too. I like black. I like black as a background a lot. I like low lighting. I like dark colors. This one's pretty good actually, to be totally honest. Oh, it's a film analysis. Oh my gosh, I didn't realize that. I did a film analysis of the Super Bowl. Dude, I was pumping out film content for a while. And it almost killed me. But it's a beautiful looking set. It's great flannel. It's a good looking Zach Schaumler right there. Guys, I'm out. I don't know what else to talk about. I could talk about the Johnny Manziel video. I could talk about the Josh Rosen video. I'm done being self-indulgent. I don't think I have any more to say. I want to say thank you once again. It's been this is my life's work. It's weird to think about. It's true, though. This show has been... I've grown up doing this show. And I'm so grateful for the people who watch and listen. And I'm going to keep making it. I'm not going to lie to you. There was a moment... my life kind of fell apart in November last year. I was engaged. I had a whole plan for my life. I was in Hawaii, and I felt like a failure when my engagement wasn't working. I felt like a total, absolute failure, and I didn't know how to handle it. I'm like, I don't know. I don't feel equipped for this moment. I'm not sure what to do. I feel horrible, really sad. And I called it off, but it really was hard for me. And it was the right thing, for sure. Like, oh my God, so right. But it made me reevaluate everything. And one of the things I reevaluated was like, do I even want to do this show? Because I got a lot of hate and a lot of people. I don't mind getting hate about, I don't know, like, I can't believe you like this quarterback. Like, I can handle that. It was really hard when I was getting a lot of hate for my personal life. And I've had to grow a lot since last November as a person on how to deal with criticism, how to deal with people, the spotlight that comes with making a podcast and having people watch. And there were periods of time in the last year where I was like, I don't want people to watch this. Like, that's hilarious to say because you have to. I'm like, I need money, but I'm feeling overwhelmed by the audience. And I've gone to therapy. I've had to really grow as a person and really make changes. And, I don't even know why I started saying all this, but I was really struggling, man. I was bottoming out, and you could see how, I don't know how many people like really truly followed closely this off season, but I was in a bad place this off season and really struggling. And here we are, right before week 1 of the NFL. Well, the NFL technically has already started with Thursday night football. This off season was really painful and really hard, and healing, and the engagement being called off wasn't as hard as this was. Looking at myself and evaluating myself has been really hard. Self-reflection is painful and difficult. I think everybody needs therapy. Everybody. But I think the best thing about therapy and the best thing about I journal, I do all that stuff. Journaling is my favorite form of self-reflection. But what therapy does is help you analyze yourself. So does reading books about self-improvement. So does writing. So does whatever. Like, I think that's a really key, important piece of growing as a person is doing self-reflection. And sometimes you need help with a therapist to help you go, hey, you're missing this, 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 and this. But sometimes, like, I get my best work done just with a notebook and a pen. And I just write it out, and it helps me process my feelings, helps me process my thoughts, helps me analyze myself. And this offseason, I did a lot of that, a lot of self-reflecting, a lot of growing as a person, a lot of changing as a person. And I'm very grateful that people have still stuck around. I still have an audience. I still have people watching and listening, and I feel like I survived the second big low point in my life. The first one was when my brother died. This definitely was the second one where I bottomed out. It was hard. I really struggled this summer. Didn't make a lot of content. I got a second job. I was just like, I thought about becoming a cop and quitting content completely. I'm glad I didn't do that. Very glad. But I had to get help. And somehow the show survived me needing to fix myself and going to get help. And I'm so glad for that. I don't know. I just will do this show until I conk. I think I can't imagine a future where I'm not talking about football. I love it so much. I really enjoy it. I love making it. It's so much fun. I have other ideas for other content I want to make too. I want to make vlogs out of my truck. I've got another podcast, Zach Schaumler Talking, you should listen to. It's really good. But at the core of my being, I love talking about quarterbacks and football. And I always will. I just don't see a future where it'll ebb and flow and people will watch and they won't. And what'll always stick with me, Jim Harbaugh, head coach of Michigan football. Someone once said about him that Jim Harbaugh loves coaching so much he would do it for free. If they paid minimum wage for a coach, he'd do it. He wouldn't care. He loves it. I feel that way about this job. I love it. I love making content. I'll do it for free. I have done it for free. When I started in my college dorm room, I wasn't getting paid. No one was watching. And I want to go back to that spirit a little bit where people watch or they don't. I make money or I don't. I want to live way below my means, live in my truck, and make content that I enjoy making and is for me. And that's the goal with this next phase of Strong Opinion Sports. And I can't say enough how grateful I am for the people who watch and listen. This was a weird, different, hopefully unique episode. I don't know when we'll do this again. This kind of powwow and little conversation in the truck about the show and how it's going. I'm trying to think if there's anything else people would want me to talk about at 500. I don't think so. I think we've come a long way. It's pretty cool. I'm very excited. I at some point, don't know when, sooner than later, and that's all relative too. So at least by next summer, I'll be living in my truck full time, driving around the country doing podcasts. That's my goal. I'm building out my truck right now. I'm still waiting. If you look behind me on YouTube, no canopy yet. I'm going to get, my whole long-term plan is to get a canopy behind me, sleep in the canopy, work here, obviously, cook on the tailgate, getting a big awning so I can sit in the rain and hide from the rain. I'm getting solar panels on top, and then I'm also going to get a tent on top so that I can go camping with my girlfriend and we can sleep in the truck comfortably. I just want to say one more time, man, my life is, it feels like it's been a roller coaster in this show, like in the background of this podcast. And this podcast has been through many different phases of my life. That's a pretty wild thought. I think it's kind of cool. And the reason I do this show is because I like making it. I love writing. I love preparing. And that is the most important thing to all this stuff, is that people often ask for my advice on how to get a big following, how to make a podcast that works, how to get this. And I'm like, a lot of people that start podcasts are already famous. Like the majority of people that start making a podcast either are like a former actor or a UFC commentator or a punter in the NFL or have a big other show, or like they already have a fan base that they take to their podcast. I wasn't famous from anything. I'm not really famous either, by the way. Let's be very clear. But my advice to anyone who wants a big, successful podcast is to not make that your goal. You can make it your hope. You can hope for that. That's very cool. But I think you should make content because you like making content. And make what you like, not what people want from you. Because at the end of the day, you're the person who's got to sit with it and edit it and make it and watch it. And it's your legacy too. Aren't you going to want a legacy that you're proud of? That you can explain to people and they ask, what do you do? You can say, yeah, this is what I do. It's awesome. Like, I'm getting more comfortable being like, yo, I record out of my truck and it's pretty cool. I got to be the only sports podcast ever to like just say, doing it out of the pickup truck, figure it out. I like it. And as I've taken, as I've worked on myself, I've realized like, I got to just do whatever I want to do and then be very proud of it and enjoy it. And that's my goal. And that's my advice, is that make something you're proud of, work hard at it, and then hopefully people, that resonates with them and they like it too. But I don't think you can plan to have a massive podcast where people watch. You can try for it, but it may not work out. And so I just would encourage everyone, figure out your reasoning why you're doing what you're doing, and hopefully it's one that you feel good about later in life. Guys, my name is Zach Schomler. Thank you. Thank you very much for tuning in. I love you. I appreciate you. I'm so grateful. I'm going to plug in. I want to hear myself. Oh, why would I wait till the outro to mess with this? Wow, I can hear myself in my ears. That's very disorienting. It's been a while. Is it really that loud? It is. Huh. All right. Well, thank you for tuning in. I appreciate you. I love you very much. It's too loud in my ear now. I'm going to turn it down. I should have just left it. I don't know why I needed to like plug my headphones into my audio interface at that precise moment as I'm logging out of the podcast. But as I'm signing off, that's the word. Thank you for tuning in. I love you. I appreciate you. We've done 500 of these weird episodes.
It's so much fun. Football season is here. NFL Week 1 is here. And I am so grateful for you. Hope you have a great day. Hope your life is good. I'm rooting for you in life. And remember this, I don't root against anybody. In sports, in life, maybe I root against, like, Vladimir Putin. You know, like the occasional, like, hey, like Hitler sucks, right? Like, that's the obvious evil villains in the world. The common man, you and me, trying to survive day to day. I hope you're doing well. I'm rooting for you. And also, when it comes to talking about football players and football teams, I don't hate any football teams or players really either. I want everyone to do well and be happy. So, hope we're doing well. I hope you're happy. Have a great day. And bam, we are done.